Jamie Brown, 98 Douglas Avenue. I'm just going to make a few comments in reference to the committee meeting earlier. Just thank you all for the dialogue there. I'm going to spare you the emotional appeal. Just a little background for myself. I work with WIOA workforce development programs and substance use disorder peer mentoring with Children's Services for Sojourners Care Network in both Ross County and Gallia County. We primarily serve runaway and homeless youth and folks in crisis and homeless situations. And so what I just want to present to you all is just some numbers and concepts about homelessness in the context of chronic homelessness. So one of the things that was alluded to, but I think is really important when we talk about this issue. So I want to commend Community Action, the great work they're doing. Most folks who are in a situation to receive service at a place like the Community Resource Center are going to say yes. As in, you're homeless, do you want a place to stay? Yes, please. So what gets convoluted is like, why would a person not say no? I'm going to help you understand that. So depending on the research, I do, sorry, just an aside, I took to heart some things that I think we had a good dialogue, so I'm going to take out the condescending tone that I had in these notes. I'm just going to remove that because I'm operating in good faith. I think you all are good-natured folks with good intentions, so I'm just going to give you some facts here. So the highest percentage of folks in homelessness, what they have in common is between 57 and 70%, depending on who you're asking. Folks who think homelessness is not quite an issue, they'll say 57. Folks who say homelessness is a really big issue, they'll say 70. But the majority, the plurality of folks who are in chronic homeless situations are people with untreated mental illness. I think it's really important for folks to know there are two, depending on what point in time counts, that's when you count actual homeless folks. Depending on which one you look at and the studies reacting to it, there are two disproportionately affected folks in that homeless population. That's LGBTQ folks. I'm not going to open up that. I'm passionate about those, but I'm going to open up what I think universally we'll agree on. Veterans, disproportionately represented in the homeless population. So homelessness nationally, 18% increase in the last 3 years. In Ohio, depending again on who's researched, it's between 8% and 15%. So it's getting worse. Even when folks are being, we won't get into that. It's getting worse, right? So in Ohio, it's between 8 and 15%. There is one population, sorry, that sounds like condescending. There is one population that has had a decrease nationally and locally in homelessness, and that is veterans. Condescending, my notes here, a lot of rhetorical, but it's because, I just want to be clear, so 8% nationally is that decrease in veterans homelessness, and it was not because of any ordinance or regulation where they could or couldn't sleep. It was intentional investments in housing, expanding social services for Medicaid and SNAP benefits, which got veterans access to mental health and behavioral services. And it also was about using those as bridges to workforce development, job readiness skills in this civilian work. The solution, and what the facts is just clear, it's investment in specific needs for specific people. The folks sleeping out on Charleston Pike, those are mentally ill people. Those are seniors, those are veterans, and untreated mental ill folks. I just want to affirm, because you'll probably hear other folks kind of speak to it, I just want to affirm, why I was triggered was because it is a little disheartening that the first reaction to our community to deal with the homelessness issue is like a new law or enforcement of law, rather than, we have data that's clear, like getting folks out of homeless situations really has to do with the investment in treating untreated mental illness. That number, again, the low number is 57. So at least half of the people.
I'm a notoriously bad timekeeper, but you got a minute left.
I appreciate that, Kevin. At least half of the people on Charleston Pike are just undiagnosed with mental illness, according to the statistic. I'm a person that believes that's closer to 70. I have some anecdotal experience, but if only half, then half of those people are the most vulnerable in our society, and I would just appeal to the humanity of the room. I understand, we all agree, we need this, the folks should not be sleeping down by this iota, that is dangerous. But how we approach it is really going to define sustainability. I know no one wants to put those folks in jail, but we should be putting them in houses, and that's going to mean spending more money and
I'm Wes Souders. I live at 13 Applewood Drive. I'm also the senior pastor at Trinity United Methodist Church. I stand here to represent both Trinity and Walnut Street's congregations in opposition to any criminalization of homelessness. We need to address it as a community and work with each other in partnership. I think that's the way to go. And we want to encourage you to think that way. I'm also encouraged to hear the mayor's and the police officer, chief of police conversation around future. I know Julie and I have worked together quite a bit. I've always been passionate about homelessness and literacy. I think the two may go together. And I just want to encourage this council for compassion and decriminalize. You cannot criminalize this. It's just morally wrong. There are other options. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amy Fitton, 333 West 5th Street. It sounds like I missed the important part, the committee meeting before, so I would have a better understanding of exactly your thought process on the homeless situation. I also have been working with Walnut Street Methodist Church, feeding them breakfast Monday through Thursdays. I spent a lot of time having conversations with these people. I worked with homeless people all through college. I have a really huge place in my heart for this situation. I just find it disturbing, as other people have said, that our path to helping this situation is to put people in jail. And again, maybe I don't have the full understanding because I wasn't at the first part of this meeting. But I too, like the pastor, would just like to encourage you. I think one of the great things that Chillicothe has going for us is we have a lot of really great resources. And there's a lot of people out there that are networking and trying to come up with positive solutions for this situation. I've had a lot of conversations with homeless people, and I really want to reiterate what Jimmy Brown said and the others about mental health. That is really the crux of the people that are choosing to be homeless. And it's something that I think we really need to spend more time and energy on addressing and working with. And I really don't see a single benefit to taking someone who doesn't have a vehicle or a home or access to a computer to maybe fill out a job application or a telephone to spend some time in jail. To me, that feels like another obstacle. And it's sad to me that that is kind of the direction that we're looking at as a possible solution to this problem. So, thank you.
Thank you.